part. We're going to do several things here. Excuse the noise. My neighbor's cutting the lawn, so the lawnmower is pretty loud. But anyways, first of all, we're going to go ahead and take the thermostat out. These two bolts are 10 millimeter. I already pre-loosened it, so take this out. Take this one out, and this is, I already loosened it up, so it'll be pretty loose. I can wiggle it out, pretty much take it out, but sometimes you might need to pry it, but usually if you can just kind of wiggle it, it'll pop out. And it usually has a O-ring right here. I already went ahead and took it off because I'm going to replace it, so and clean the thermostat out. But pretty much that's what that is. You take these two bolts out, and that's your thermostat. Alright guys, I like to put a rag or something into any of these openings just in case a screw or something falls in there. You don't get it far in the engine, and then you won't be able to get it out, and pretty much that's it for the engine after that. But anyways, keep on going. We're going to go ahead and take this hose out that goes to your coolant reservoir. So you take this clamp, pry it back up. There's two more clamps, one here and one here. Take this, pry it down, take this one, pry it back. And pretty much what it'll do is, this one's the hardest one to pull out. You might want to be careful with some of these, them being so old. I actually had to replace this hose before I had all this damage, with the oil coolers. This hose is about $200 and some odd, so be careful with this, especially this area right in here. Once you loosen this up, you can go ahead and pry it to get it loose. This one pries back, but at the same time you got to watch with this one. This one you have to pull it back the opposite direction. So this one pulls back, this one pulls in the opposite direction. Then you can move it back some and pry it out. Okay, next we're going to take this coolant reservoir off. These are two 8 millimeter bolts. I already loosened them up. Take them out. Take this one out. Whoa, yeah, be careful. So lift it and it just comes right out. Alright, and right now we have several openings. We got this one right here. We don't want to get anything in there, so I'm just putting a rag or something in there to block that opening. And then also in the turbo, be careful with the fins, but I just put a small rag right there just so we don't get any dirt or anything in there. Alright guys, the ficum goes right here. I didn't include it in the video. I'll put it in once I put it back, install it back in place. But anyways, you got a bolt right here that you need to undo, and then there's a bracket right here that's got two bolts like right around here that hold the ficum, and then there's two in the rear that you're gonna have to take apart. And then as you take those two apart and the ones in the back, all you got to do is lift the ficum a little bit and push on the side clips, and they'll pretty much just pop right out. Then you can bring the ficum out. Alright guys, next I'm gonna take this part right here. These are 5/16. There's 4 bolts. I already pre-loosened it. Pretty much take this one out, this one, and then you got one here and one on the other side. Take this out, take the other one out, and sometimes you'll need to pry it. You need to pry it from somewhere, but it just comes off. This usually has a screw right here, or a bolt. This bolt's going through this plastic housing. Mine's broken, so I can pretty much pull it this way. Yours might have a nut right here that you need to take out, and then try to get it out. But this is pretty much what it's going to do. It's come back out. Alright guys, and pretty much again, this is a really big opening. As you can see, really easy for bolts or stuff to fall in there. I just go ahead and put a rag just to keep anything from going in there. And now we're going to go ahead and take the EGR valve right here. You undo it. It's got a little clip in the back. So you unclip it and then you pretty much lift it up and out of the way. Then it's got 2 bolts right here. Again, these are 5/16s. Take this one out. Take this one out. And this does not come off this easily. You usually have to pry it right here or right here to break it loose. Sometimes you have to turn it a little bit to break it loose, and then it pops up, and that's what it should look like. The next thing is we're going to take the alternator out. I went ahead and already took the belt off of it. You usually have it like this. So what you do is you pull on this, and there's a clip underneath this belt tensioner that when you pull hard enough, you can actually lift, and it locks the tensioner in place, and it allows you to just slide this belt right off. After you do that, all you have to do is take these 3. These are 13 millimeter. Take these 3 out. These are already pre-loosened, and just take these out. Take these out. Take this one out. And then all you do is lift. You'll have a connector right here. Take this off, unscrew it, and this goes here. Once you take the nut off, it just pops off. And I just tend to put the nut back in place so I don't lose it. And then you have this other connector that goes right here. It goes right here. All you do is pop it off, and out comes the alternator. Alright guys, next we got to take this intercooler pipe out. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this clamp, and then there's one more over here, this one. These are all 11 millimeter bolts. So loosen this up, and loosen this one up right here. And what you do is, before you loosen this, you just loosen this one, and this one pops off. And then you can undo this bolt over here, which is also 11, and it should slide right out, as so. This one needs to be loosened up. Go ahead and pry it off. Some of these are going to be really hard, so just kind of work them to get them out. And then just make sure you don't lose these clamps. You might want to tighten them back up again. Try to keep all of this together.